Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Beneath the Kotatsu. My name is On. Next to me is my co-host James.
What's up? What are we talking about for this week?
So, for episode 36 of Beneath the Kotatsu,
Yeah,
we have Halloween coming up, and uh, I thought about like what's a good thing to talk about during Halloween?
monsters, vampires,
Yeah,
taxes.
just
It was a lame joke, but okay, I'll take that laugh. I feel like it was out of pity.
so I was like, during Halloween, you think like, it's to scare people, right? Trick or treating. I was like, what's a good trick to pull on James? Like, hey, how about we talk about Evangelion and how I'm gonna shit on all the anime about how it made no sense to me.
Right, which is natural. There's gonna be a lot of stuff. You need an encyclopedia to know everything that's going on in that show. Absolutely.
Right. So fair warning. We're gonna spoil the shit out of this anime.
Absolutely.
Right?
Book club
I feel
again.
like we've given like fair amount of time for people if they wanted to watch the last movie to
3
watch
months.
Yeah, isn't it more than 3 months? Like
2 to 3 months. It was in August the 13th is when it came out.
But wasn't it released in Japan like January?
Yeah, a long time ago.
Right? Yeah, so almost 8 months total.
Yeah, but it wasn't available to anybody outside of Japan.
You're right.
Or aside
right.
from that theatrical run. So
I want to know how much. I actually want to know how much Amazon paid to get all those movies on their platform.
Dude. I want to know how many people watched that last movie.
I'm sure it has to be like...
Dude, Bezos is probably just a fan of Evangelion. He's like, fuck that, I want it on my service. I
want all of it.
Just use the snack tray fund from Blue Origin for it.
It has to be over like 100 million, right? At least over.
I mean, that's probably a little bit too much. I could see 20 million. Is that even then? It feels like a lot. But remember, worldwide rights.
Worldwide rights, and keep in mind, it's just not the last movie; it's all the movies.
4 of them, yeah.
Yeah. So
Death and Rebirth is still on Netflix, by the way.
Like, oh yeah, including Death and Rebirth. So I'm gonna say in the roundabout ballpark of at least 100 million, right? At least.
Who knows? I wouldn't.
Like, keep in mind that Evangelion is like what, $1 billion franchise.
Oh
right now?
yeah, there was talk about this being straight from Anno himself, Hideki Anno, that this is the last Evangelion film from him, but that there was interest in exploring what happened between, I think between 2 and 3 or something with Misatu's boyfriend man that she has a kid with.
Oh, the start between the third impact and then afterwards, like that time skip in between the third impact.
That first big time skip.
Yeah, I could
see somebody else making that because the manga was made by somebody else apparently.
Right. Yeah. Okay. So let's actually get into the topic of Evangelion because oh my god, it's been a long time.
You need some help filling in some
the gaps. Yeah. The gaps. I just want to ask you, what the fuck is going on in Evangelion? what happened? What happened?
What specifically, dude? Come on, there's a lot of what happened. Why did Ray pop? Why did Ray turn into delicious Tang orange juice?
The thing about like Evangelion is that a normal person like me, coming into, watching the movies back to back, because for me, I said that I need to refresh what happened in the first 3 movies to understand, coming into the 4th movie to hopefully to understand better what happened in the 4th movie. That didn't do shit. I didn't understand a damn thing.
I was supposed to rewatch the 3rd movie after I saw this. Just I don't remember stuff from the 3rd movie at all because it's been like 7 years since I last saw it, and I didn't rewatch it just because it was a time skip. Kwaru died, his head exploded because of the choker, the DSS choker.
Yeah, but the thing is that Kwaru. Do you remember that scene where Kwaru has died so many times? The scene where he exit his coffin and he looks left and he looks right, and there's several coffins
because it's a time skip. Death Rebirth, the OG series, and even before that, and that's repeats of what happens in Evangelion, trying to do the impact.
Yeah, like talking about Evangelion is like, it feels like I'm at church and then they're like
reminds me
ripping
of
apart
Sunday
the scriptures.
Very badly, probably very badly, and I bet that at some point there was some country that was like, no, we don't want this. Let's edit what's in the book, just like Europe did with that. Was it King Charles or something like that? The Church of England, they made their own version.
Oh, the new Bible or whatever.
Yeah, there's always gonna be branch offs. Who made the best version of this? Whatever. It's like having different directors for Star Wars movies.
So for me coming into so the one I remembered that was so weird was movie 3.
Okay.
And I don't know why they named it 3 and then the 3+1 as okay, sure.
Probably
whatever.
the bridging of like the beginning and the end.
Oh, kind of like how Koaru is like
bet.
the first and last. Yeah, okay.
I don't know about first and last with Koaru, but like first movie,
he
last
said he
movie.
was. Well, Koaru said he was the first angel and the last angel, right?
Definitely, for sure, but I was just talking about movie titles, nothing else. But okay, if you want to go that deep into it, there's probably a deeper meaning about it.
I feel like one of those like conspiracy theories where they're linking like random stuff from one thing to another thing. Aliens.
Dude, the emails. But, the frogs, they got turned into zombies.
I didn't get the time skip. Okay, I understand that there is a time skip after like the third impact.
Mm-hmm.
Where did Shinji come from after the time skip? Like, where did they pull him out of?
It's been a while since I saw that third movie, but wasn't he just in the LCL and he came out, right? Wasn't that it? Because he was still a kid, or he was in something.
I even if they pulled him out as like because of the Eva curse,
he's still a kid,
which is out of fucking nowhere. They just dropped that term, the Eva curse.
Yeah, it feels that way.
Yeah, like I feel like they're dropping like random terminology on you that they just like. I bet you like one of the people just comes up to Anna and is like, hey, this doesn't there's a plot hole. Oh, just make up a random term for it, and we'll just drop it in and they'll fix it all up.
This is biblical stuff. There's stuff that we're not gonna be able to ever make up unless you're like, I don't know, part of it. You're in the inner circle of what's going on, the cabal of plot of Evangelion.
I was about to say a term, and then it went through my head. I was like, "Oh shit, that's not a good term."
Oh, what?
Okay, so
don't say it. Don't say it. It feels bad. Don't say it. I know you like.
So, like, if I explain it, it'll make a lot more sense, and it's extra. Like, I thought that was so funny. So you were saying like where you have to be in like the group of people, right?
Yeah.
You have to be in that inner circle.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, yeah. So and I was about to say, yeah, like Ano, the Ano hole. I'm like, oh shit,
the Ano hole. It's a little bit too much. The Ano hole.
The Ano hole.
Oh, you're such an Ano hole. Why'd you make a bad ending to a movie? Remake the whole series.
The term went through my head. I was like, oh, nope, gotta retract
that's not that bad. I thought you were going to say something worse. I don't know what that would have been, but yeah.
I mean, that's pretty bad.
I mean, it's acceptable. I'll take it. It made me laugh.
I mean, it's pretty funny, though.
Yeah, this is a good original thought. I don't think anybody's thought of that in the past. Probably not.
I don't know. So, okay, so let's break down the fourth movie. So the fourth movie starts off right after
they start that impact, right? The spear that Koaru shoots down. Oh wait, never mind. I'm thinking about the second movie.
What was it? I think it starts right after the where Unit 13 is about to start the fourth impact or third impact or
that's
or
right, where they pop Koaru's head with the choker.
Yeah.
To stop the impact.
Yeah. Well, Was that the reason
It
why
was
they
to
popped?
stop it. They were gonna kill Shinji, but Kwaru took it
Okay, sure.
because he can, like, apparently.
Yeah, and it starts right after that with one of the. This is I'm telling you right now, like Hideaki Anno, please just make a slice of life anime, please, because I've never enjoyed Evangelion as much as I have watching Ray learn how to farm.
Dude, we need to get a Ray VTuber playing Minecraft. That's what we need.
I mean, you
Probably
can argue
not.
that there's probably like plenty of those already.
Yeah, I don't want no more Minecraft VTubers. It's gonna happen, obviously. That's obligatory. Gets the views.
You have to get like the original voice actor to it.
Yeah.
Dude, could you imagine? Could you imagine like the original voice actor is like, hey, would you play Minecraft as a VTuber of Ray? Could you imagine like the impact that would have?
I mean, they
like...
got the original voice actors for the English dub for sure.
Yeah, I'm glad.
Like Tiffany Grant for Asuka for sure.
Yeah, of course.
The mics were a little bit I was reading complaints about that, especially for one of the characters. I don't remember if it was Ray or Asuka, but one of them two. It was definitely recorded, obviously, because of the pandemic in separate locations with different mics.
Like at home, right?
Yeah.
Like at home mics.
Also, guess what? The screams, for both the sub and the dub, they went straight up with just the Japanese screams. Shinji didn't do his in English.
Oh.
Yeah, people
I watched,
complained about that too for some reason.
I watched it all in Japanese, so I wouldn't really know, but that would be off-putting, wouldn't it?
For the voice actor, probably, yeah.
Yeah, for not having like, I understand the thing about
time
like,
saving too.
Yeah, a little time saving and not wanting like the English Cassidy screams or whatever, but that would feel a bit jarring having like one voice and then switching to another voice for the screams, but
it wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad.
Yeah, I mean they're getting honestly like have you heard a decent American scream though?
That cast can do it. I know Shinji's voice actor was good for it.
Yeah, like they got the original voices. I know they can do it, but like in regards to like good screams from like recent anime, it's very hard to find like a good voice actor, like an American voice actor with like a decent scream that matches up the character
and the body that the character's in, like physically, like for a kid.
Yeah. Oh Lord!
I mean, you could always go to like the cartoon girl voice, but this is not that type of show.
Bro, like you know which had the best scream?
What?
Do you remember the first movie where Unit 1 gets hit by that super laser beam by that pentagon square looking angel?
What
Do you remember that scene at all?
Are you talking about the one where she's like getting infected with worms looking things and you see a bulging?
No, it's the one where Ava 1 gets shot up to get ready to fight the angel, and the angel, like without hesitant, just shoots a huge ass laser.
When we talk about angel, are we talking about the blue crystal looking one?
Yeah, that one. Okay, that angel.
I gotcha.
Yeah. He and then they just straight up just blast Unit 1. And now that I'm thinking about it, can you imagine being inside the cockpit? Because what you're not thinking about is that he is in the LCL solution, right?
Yeah, and he feels the pain 1-to-1.
No. It's not just the pain. Dude, that LCL solution must be like 150 degrees at least. Minimum.
For hot? No, he would melt, dude. He would melt.
Do you remember
You'd get burns coming out.
Do you remember when Unit 0 malfunctioned?
Yeah.
And Gendo went to save Ray, and his glasses fell off and it started melting in the LCL?
Oh, yeah. And like he touched the pod and his hands were like burning from it.
Yeah, his hands were melting and then his glasses fell off into the LCL.
Maybe the liquid just like cools you enough just because it's not water.
Dude, that's the thing. He was getting shot by the laser beam, right?
Yeah.
That liquid must have been hella hot. And that's why,
for sure,
that's why Shinji was screaming for his dad to get him out. And the dad was like, we can't get him out because once the pod is ejected, the Ava no longer has the, what do you call it? The
host.
No. What's it called? The barrier. I forgot
the AT field.
The AT field. So once Shinji's ejected from the Ava, the Ava no longer has the AT field, and the laser would shoot through the Ava and destroy Shinji's pod at the same time.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I remember.
Yeah, and I was like, and the scream during that part was like, holy shit,
Well, that was like the first
something
time
else.
he was piloting, right?
No, that was like the fourth or fifth time, I
Yeah.
think, because that
There's a
was like
lot of like really bad engagements at the start with Shinji. I
because
mean,
they just threw him into the pod. What the fuck do you
throw a
want?
kid in an F1, don't crash.
Should you get in the pod? I don't care what
You
you're
could
doing.
have at least
Get in
had
the
him play some video games beforehand or something, you know?
Well, they did get him into a video game after the
Oh
first
yeah, they
Angel.
had to train him.
Yeah.
For sure, they did a lot of sims for the sync rate.
Yeah, that game didn't do anything. Like,
No, because he's a kid, he's still growing up, trying to find
Right.
ways in person, and who in the right mind, like I'm pretty sure I wouldn't be able to handle the situation that he's in.
right.
None of
So
us.
okay, so since we're talking about Shinji, with the time skip and him coming back in the third movie,
Yeah.
bro, why are people so mad at him? I swear to God, like they revive him, right? They tell him fucking nothing. They're like, oh, you're here now, and he's just want to get some answers, and everyone's like, don't pilot the Ava. I'm like, he's like, okay, sure,
Don't do
but
it.
can I get some answers? And then no one wants to give him answers, and then he leads with Ray Robot or whatever, and everyone's like super mad at him. Like, bro, I can't blame Shinji for that. That's all on them.
He's a straight up scapegoat. Every time he does like pilots it at the crucial moment, he's causing an impact or two. I mean, he has the robot to do it. So unfortunately,
Do you know why his robot is so significant
not
compared to
anything.
the other Avas?
It's just I think it's him more than anything else.
No,
His willingness
reason,
to reach that level.
no, the reason why his robot is able to cause impacts
Why?
is because so the impact is caused when Lilith's knowledge and Adam's power of creation are combined, right? And that's the source of the impact.
So
The
how
reason
did
why-
Gendo start it with Unit 13 then?
Well, let me explain with Shinji's robot.
I know that
01,
his
right?
mom's soul is in it. I know that.
The thing about all the units, from Unit 0, Unit 3, and 4 or something like that,
All of them.
they are made with the power of Adam. Adam is in those units. With Unit 01, it is actually made with the knowledge of Lilith. So that's why Unit 1 is so special
When did
compared
they
to the other
explicitly
units.
say that? Because my mind's a little bit fuzzy about how they made Unit 1 with a book of Lilith or whatever.
Like with the knowledge of Lilith, I had to look this up on YouTube. Like legit, after finishing the fourth movie, I was like, I don't know what the fuck
Because
I just
I'm
watched.
pretty sure they just like scooped up pieces of Lilith for all of them. And remember where it's Adam on the cross. It's I believe they said it's actually Lilith on the cross. Shinji
that is
just
Lilith.
viewed it as Adam.
Adam is actually an embryo, because they did something to turn him. I think Adam used to be on the moon, and then after the second impact, it was turned into an embryo, and Lilith is the one on the cross, which they thought
Black Lilith. I think
it was
they called
Adam.
it. But that was in Death and Rebirth, so could have been different in this iteration of Ava.
Yeah, but the thing is that the reason why Unit 01 is so special and why it's able to cause impacts is because it's made by the knowledge of Lilith instead of the creation of Adam, which I know the people listening to this who have never watched Evangelion before or who've never seen the last movie, and honestly,
I feel like you're getting it wrong. Like they're all more or less made the same way. It's just Shinji was able to achieve that level of awareness and sync rate with his machine. Because again, remember he had like the infinity. She's approaching zero infinity to infinity and beyond. He's the Buzz Lightyear of Ava pilots.
Yeah, I remember that scene where they're like, I thought he had 0% sync, and he's like, it's not zero, it's
Point nine 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 nine
infinity.
I was like, okay, whatever makes the thing happen.
Whatever you say, Mr. Ano, I'm not gonna argue with you.
I mean, I enjoyed it.
Yeah,
I'll just enjoy the ride. I'm not gonna question you too much about it.
I'm just here. I'm just here for the ride.
And to get some closure.
Please don't kick me off the Ava.
I want back on Mr. Ano's wild ride.
And so I'm super surprised that they started movie 4 with like half an hour of slice of life.
Well, no, like the first 15 minutes was the Paris scene where they're pushing back the L containment field, the corization, I guess, with that big red black pill. They're trying to start it up to gain access to, was it Nerve Europe branch, and to get those parts for the Evangelion.
How does that shit work? How does that?
It was just spare parts that they needed from that.
No. How does that pill thing work? I don't get it. I don't get it at all.
I read about it, how it works. I forgot. Unfortunately,
does it turn back time? Is that
no? It pushes back the pill. It's like, I guess, a mini angel type of thing. Like a AT field, maybe.
Sure. I just don't get how
it works. Like, just there's a reason why it works. You just have to Google it. Unfortunately, I don't remember.
That's like the whole idea of like movie 4. If you don't understand it, you gotta Google it. How does any of this work? Google it. Let's just Google it, man. I don't understand myself. Just Google it.
It was definitely in movie 3 at the beginning. Remember when Mari was fighting that big centipede in the subway tunnel system looking thing? Or the nerve
was that
prison?
Was that 3? I think that was 2.
Where they first introduced her, the movie. I guess it would be 2. You're right.
Yeah, when they first introduced her, she was in was that like a test mech or test Ava, or they didn't really go into in depth about what that Ava was. I think it was just like a test one.
I believe it was Unit 5. It was just
okay. Also, since we're talking about units, why does she have Unit 8, like 7, 8, 9, 10, 11,
those are just production
12?
models. They're not like, because remember, they made a whole bunch at the beginning. They had them like doing that burlesque dance, hooked up together. They're just like random Frankenstein nerve creations. It's not that they're limited to those units. They can make as many as they want as long as they have the resources for it. There's no limit.
So when they're saying unit like 1 to 12, they're not like the actual units. Are those just production names for units?
Those are the production names, but they're definitely the most important ones because they stop at 13, really. Like the most important ones stop at 13. Maybe just for symbolism, like the 13 apostles and whatever.
13 angels.
Yeah.
I get. Like, because the unit numbers made no sense to me. Because do you remember the part where Mario's like, I'm gonna punch it with unit 6, 7, 8, 9. She was like counting up from her unit numbers or something.
Yeah, she was like, eating all of them.
Yeah, and I was like, okay.
Because remember, they're kind of like pseudo angels. Those machines, they're like cyborgs, I guess. She was eating other angel pieces for it.
Right. I was just so confused because they didn't really talk about it that much. It just kind of happened. It just happened that she's now, she's piloting the angel that's also part of like several other angels or Avas or whatever. And I was so confused at that scene. And I don't know. It's just so hard to explain what's all going on. And I think my biggest thing is that why did they ever introduce Mari as a character in the first place?
Well, we find out in the last movie, the fourth movie, because she was part of the research team along with Yui and that gentleman that's always with Gendo at his side, Fuyutsuki.
No, I understand why they introduced her on a story basis, but like as a person watching it as like a character basis, I'm like, she has no significance in this movie.
They showed a picture of her, like I guess she was like an original test subject for an Eva mech, and I guess she got stuck with the Eva curse. Because remember, they're like, oh hey, Maria is Kyria, and she's like, oh, that's a name I've never used. Maybe she knows a lot more than Kawaru does, and she's aware of the time cycles.
Dude, could you imagine the people watching movie 2 where she just lands on the roof of the school?
Yeah, dude, that was me. I was like, who the fuck is this? Why are they introducing her?
And then they give you no information about it until movie 3.
And they definitely changed the last names to Shikinami, Makinami, and whatever Asuka was.
Yeah, like they don't give you no information about Mari. And then in movie 3, you kind of get some inkling about her information. And this is coming from a perspective of a person that doesn't watch or doesn't read the manga or doesn't play any of the games, you know, where some of them are canon. Coming from my perspective, I'm like, oh, sure. Okay. Yeah, we have a new character. I hope they explain her better. And all I know is that at the end of the movie, like just from me remembering the movie, all I could take away from that movie is that she really likes Asuka. That's all I know. That's all I know about Mari. Am I not wrong about this? Like that's all I remember about Mari.
She likes the smell, I guess, on them. Oh, you smell like LCL. She likes the smell.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. She likes to smell people, and she's really infatuated with Asuka. That's all I get from her perspective or from her character views. I don't understand her character. Another thing is, like, I know I want to talk about a lot about like Evangelion, but there's just so much I don't understand about the show in general that it's hard to like. I recommend people watch it. Right, watch it because it's like you know.
There's very few works that are this in depth. You know, that you have to read a instruction manual to understand what a lot of the stuff are.
Yeah. What was it? I understand that what like Hideaku's vision is trying to get across to me.
Mm-hmm.
But just the little parts in between are very complicated to understand. Like I think like his brain is just his vision for Evangelion is just something else. Like do you remember that fight between him and his father where they're breaking the fourth wall? So
are you talking about Shinji and Gendo?
Yeah.
I guess you could say Gendo was kind of a self-insert for, and Shinji really for Hideki Anno himself.
Like,
they were definitely in, was it the anti-universe? And that was the only way that Shinji could perceive the world. I'm sure Gendo was perceiving it a different way, because at that point, he had the whole Cyclops thing going on. He used the key of Nebuchadnezzar to lose his humanity.
Did they ever explain why he did that, or what was going on?
They did. I believe it was just him wanting to be immortal or more time.
I mean, at that point, who's that? You know, the guy that's always next to him, the teacher guy.
Oyutsuki.
Yeah, he was still alive. I don't know why he needed more time if the other guy's still alive.
That's true. There is a reason in the movie. You have to watch it. It's easy to miss. There's a lot of easy to miss stuff. And the big black cones were called the anti-L systems, by the way.
The what?
The anti-L system, or the L barrier.
What is that referring to?
Those big black cones with the black rectangles on them that are in the ground.
Oh, the thing that like neutralizes.
Yes.
The L4 thing.
You're correct. Yes.
Oh God, I cannot imagine anyone listening to us and being like, I understand what they're saying.
I mean, that's like literally the only thing that's a big giant black. Like, what is it? Where do farmers keep grain inside of grain silos?
A
big
silo,
black grain silo with, Bible stuff inside of it, keeping the correlation back.
And if you don't know what correlation is, can you explain that term to people, James?
That's where they turn into Tang.
And then by Tang, can you explain that to people, James?
That's a 90s powdered drink that they used a monkey orangutan to advertise. It's like cheap garbage orange juice.
Hey man, it's good though.
Yeah, dude, astronauts like it. That's why it's orange. But yeah, it was the LCL. You become LCL or whatever the red stuff is.
You become orange juice.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, is the red stuff the same thing as LCL? Is that what that is?
No, it's like
I thought the red stuff was
everything
L4 and the orange stuff was LCL.
LCL is the people, everything else is whatever 4? The red stuff is. Because remember the houses, cars, all that stuff was red, not just people.
so probably non-bio mass
non-organics.
turn to L4.
Dude, what about animals? Do animals get turned into L4?
Yeah. They turn into LCL.
Dude, Hideki Anno confirming animals have no souls. You heard it
No,
here.
they turn to
all
LCL.
Dogs don't go to heaven. Oh, they do? Okay.
Yeah, they do. Do you remember that scene where
all dogs go to heaven is canon?
Do you remember that scene where Shinji fixes everything and those white things start turning back to people?
Yeah.
And there's a scene where there's this kid holding a dog.
Right? Yeah. All right, all dogs go to heaven. Confirmed canon.
They canon by Hideki Anno. They turn to LCL, which means they all go to heaven.
Yeah, I'll take that. That's the official biblical. It's gonna be in the Bible for sure.
Well, wait. Instead of like the alien meme guy, it's like I can see like a Japanese guy who's like Hideki Anno
with his hands parallel to each other. What type of haircut would he have?
No. Like the same way that. Oh God, who's that Nintendo guy that
Miyamoto Shigeru,
the one that died? I forgot his name.
The old CEO.
Yeah, what was his name? The one that always does that hand gesture? Yeah,
I do know who you're talking about. I just don't know his name.
Yeah, I forgot his name. Can you imagine that hand gesture, but with like Hideki Anno. Hideki Anno.
Yeah, I swear Evangelion is like yet to be conspiracy theory to get all into it.
Like remember that conspiracy theory scene in It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia?
Pepe. Yeah. Was it Pepe and was it Pepe Sylvia? Where's Pepe Sylvia? Everywhere I see Pepe Sylvia.
Oh man. Oh, okay. So, did you have a favorite scene at all in any of the movies?
Man, I like the whole thing. You can't throw that
there
on
has
me.
to be there has to be a favorite scene for you, man.
Probably somewhere in the anti-universe. What about
the
remember when the imaginary Evangelion, or what was it called, when the big giant 3D Rei Ayanami popped up with the head? How creepy was that?
Oh, the part where
it was like some crazy
Misato was trying to ram through her hands with the ship.
No, that they pierced through the eyeball to get the spears to Shinji.
Yeah,
that whole setup was crazy, dude.
I was like, what the fuck is going on? So that was Lilith, right?
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. That was
the embodiment of Lilith. I have no idea. Yeah, like when I remember when I first finished Evangelion, and I was just like, I don't know what's going on. I watched the YouTube explanation for it. I went back and rewatched it. I was like, okay, I kind of get, like, when I first watched it, I got like 10% of what was going on.
Evangelion is definitely a show you had to bounce ideas back at each other. Like, what was going on? You had to discuss it.
It's a good discussion anime, isn't it?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
This is how the old folks feel Sunday morning. Right after the sermon.
Yeah, where they're talking about like the scriptures.
Calling us lazy for, watching football instead of praising Jesus? No, I'm just kidding.
So we're out there. In Japan, there's like a Evangelion religion.
Dude, if there's a Jedi religion, come on.
What about, what is that? Klingon? Whatever?
Klingon, yeah.
Yeah, Klingon.
Are you talking about the Spock's people, the live long and prosper hand gesture?
Yeah.
Yeah. The Vulcans.
So like, I swear to God, like, my favorite scene was just watching Ray farm. That was just
you're definitely the slice of life lover. A lot of people like that. It was great.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
dude, the cats under the train. Oh my God.
Please, just make a slice of life anime. Please.
Nah, dude.
You did such a good job.
Just Studio Kara can do that. He's living his best life. Like, I can't ask any more from Ano. He made the best ending possible to this show, for me at least. Let him go do his Kamen Riders and his Godzillas and his Ultramans in peace.
Okay, so the thing is that even though when I first watched through movie 4, even though I didn't understand like a majority of what was going on,
it's basically how it goes.
I still cried at the end of the movie. I was
like, dude, what got you? Was it Yui? Was it the Voyager song?
It was everything. It was just everything put together. It was like
that Da Capo version, right? Oh, fuck.
Yeah, the capo version of Beautiful World.
Beautiful. Oh my god, Hideki. I was like,
Oh.
I ain't done with you yet, motherfuckers. I got one last missile to throw it.
Where's my Utada Hikaru?
You're gonna feel this one. You're gonna feel it. And he's like holding you hostage, like, because you have to watch the whole credits through, man. You have to watch the whole credits.
I'm gonna hit you with that Utada Hikaru, dude. You ain't even gonna see it, dude. How crazy has Big has Utada Hikaru like not only did
Simple and Clean was the one that did it for sure.
No, that's the thing. Like just this year, she's like, not only did she do the opening for Funatsa, what was it? Funatsa no.
Oh yeah, the Pink Blood song.
Pink Blood.
Utada Hikaru.
Not only she did that, she got Sora from Smash. Okay, so
Look,
that's
no. Utada Hikaru is like already literally the tippity top of Japanese music industry. I don't think you can say there's another bigger Japanese music artist than her. She's recognized worldwide for sure.
Does she also know Korean, right, as well? She knows like English, Japanese, and Korean.
I don't know. Probably Italian, because she had an Italian husband for a time and they divorced apparently.
I didn't know that, but I sort of like it's hard to go through, like, it's everyone knows Evangelion, like, you know that joke about how Evangelion and was it the national anthem of Japan is
Synonymous.
Actually it's Cruel's Angel's Thesis.
Cruel's Angel's Thesis. Yeah. Oh my god! Didn't they have that at the Olympics?
I think so.
Yeah, I know.
I don't think it was like the current one.
The prelims for the Olympics, like testing out the speaker system. People recorded the theme being played for sure.
Because that's the national anthem of Japan. What's so weird about that?
I don't know. It feels like it'll be the iconic Gundam music. Oh, you don't watch Gundam, so you don't know what I'm talking about. But the one with Amuro when he's battling.
I don't know. I don't watch Gundam, but I do know their soundtrack because
you hear it. I like, as an anime fan, you're gonna hear it eventually.
But you can't say it's more iconic than Cruel Angel's Thesis.
Probably not.
Yeah, that's the iconic song of Japan.
It's kind of like a balancing act. I don't know which one's bigger, but probably Cruel's Angel Thesis at this point for sure.
Like, everyone knows Cruel's Angel's Thesis. It's like it's meme status at this point, right?
Yeah, dude, they sing it at church. You've seen the YouTube videos.
You know what my favorite meme of Cruel's Angel's Thesis is like?
What?
It's that picture of like the start of Cruel's Angel's Thesis, and it was just like, it's like a picture of Jesus, and then it's like after like the middle of Cruel's Angel's Thesis, and it's like Jesus breakdancing.
Oh, by the way, going back to the end of the movie, did you notice that when they panned out the shot in real life?
Oh, the mix between
they did that whole Space Jam thing with Shinji running out in the real version. That's actually Hideki Anno's hometown.
Really?
That's his hometown. Yep.
I thought that was the what do you call it? The where they
Mama, I'm coming home.
The building for where they did the Evangelion movie. I thought that's what they were referring to.
But
that makes more sense.
Last home, yeah.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
It felt nice that they all found their person at the end of the movie. They all got their pairing. Asuka got hers with the glasses, dude. That's
okay. I didn't get the pairing. I didn't get the pairing at all. Why did they pair Shinji with Mari again? I don't know why.
Because that's who he grew towards. He grew away from Rei and Asuka. Like for Rei, it felt more like it was forced upon her to like Shinji. So he's like, no, I need to break the cycle. She gets to be with her own, find her own happiness, just like she did when she was farming.
Those pairings are kind of out of nowhere, though, right? Like,
I mean, Asuka has to be with somebody, and Shinji's friend is like the first person that like pats her on the back or on the head, and does the typical.
I guess. Okay, so
she falls for him, swoon.
So with Rei and Kaoru, that 100% made sense to me because
Lilith
Rei is Lilith and Adam. They're both the body of Lilith and Adam. So that makes sense.
You know what it is? It's just that Mari was like in the lab and she's like, "Who's that cute little Shota kid?" And that Miss Ikari brought over. She's like spotted him. It's like stalking him all these years. Like fucking Shinji's fucking little cute dude. Drawing pictures and stuff, being a creep. What is she, like 50 years older than him, technically? 30 years.
Yeah.
She got the curse, man. She gets the curse.
I mean, so in that new world Shinji created, I guess everyone's still alive, right? Yeah?
Yeah, everybody.
Yeah, everyone's still alive. They don't show you, but it's a nice feeling that
do you think
it's
that
over.
The old world and the new world are separate or together? Because that's definitely one thing I'm not totally sure about. Because you saw how Misato died at the end.
Right.
Does that world where those scientists survive keep on existing? Because I saw, they showed Asuka going off back to the glasses dude that fixes everything at the settlement at the end, right. But she's also at the subway. So which one is it, I
feel like, what I think it is once Shinji, like, like in the Avengers, where once you get all the gems, you can reshape reality.
Oh, that's probably what he did.
Yeah, I think you have the
Thanos
to reshape. Yeah. So I think that's what happens with the end of Evangelion.
I hope. Dude, they didn't show Misato where her and Kaiji's kid then. Kind of made me sad.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of makes me sad now that I think about it.
Well, in this new world, they probably got together and the one never died, right? So they still have a kid.
It's crazy how he still has a DSS choker at the end.
That's right.
Yeah.
Holy shit, that's right.
It's proof that world still existed.
I forgot all about that. And that Mario was able to take it off. That's right. What the fuck?
And the Evangelion traveled all the way because here's the thing about Misato. She crashed into Lilith, right? But wouldn't that mean she is in the anti-universe? Or did she explode right before it?
I think she crashed into Lilith just to deliver the
spear.
Deliver the
Is it possible her soul got used up in the process?
I don't think so. I think she just blew up with the ship, because I recall the ship just blowing up.
Okay,
and then
hopefully
she was able to. But we're in that weird theory, that weird timeline of just like,
I mean, the whole crafting anti-universe thing is theoretical. You wouldn't be able to know. That's why we got all that weird kaiju fighting on a stage stuff going on with Gendo.
Which was awesome.
It was like amazing. Seeing the whole set and like the mocap cameras with the PlayStation controllers on them.
Dude, wait. So since you're talking about PlayStation controllers, dude, do you remember that, like, the most blatant in your face advertisement for Suzuki?
Dude, what about the coffee?
Wait, what was about the coffee? I don't recall that.
They advertised the coffee machines too.
Oh really? I don't know much about coffee machines. That's probably why I didn't register with me.
I forget what brand it was, but I definitely remember. The Suzuki truck pulling up.
Yeah, to pick up. I
rewatched the scene before the part. I was like, I need a Suzuki. Is what I thought. I was like, they got me. I'm down. They got me.
So with the let me talk about real quick about the fight, the fourth wall breaking fight, which was so crazy to me. I remember when I was watching the fight, and when Gendo and Shinji were fighting each other, and they were knocking each other back and forth into these buildings, and instead of these buildings like crumbling like what a real building would do, they would just slide back, and I was like, what kind of shitty 3D artists did they hire to make this?
It kind of makes sense for Gendo though, because he loves those kaiju. He loves kaiju movies, like the old old style.
No, like as me just watching this, I was like, what kind of crappy 3D animation is this? Because you don't know yet that they're in a movie set. You don't know yet. And I was watching, I was like, who did the physics for this crap? This is awful.
It looks weird.
And then the part, I think it was like the movie 4 where him and Gendo were fighting in the negative universe, and then Gendo pushes Shinji into the wall, and it was a curtain wall, and the curtain falls over, and then the wall falls over. I was like, holy shit, they're in a kaiju set. What the fuck is going on?
I mean, he likes that stuff, dude. That he made Shin Godzilla. With those old-timey Power Ranger sets, Where there was the
Yeah,
dude in the
yeah.
costume.
Like I know how like they would sell the show to like the American, and they would always reuse those scenes, and
Yeah,
then
for Power Rangers, for sure.
yeah, but I that part just blew me away because like that totally explains why the buildings were being pushed
Oh, for
back and
sure.
not being destroyed, because they're set buildings, like just based, they're like Lego
Yeah,
buildings. That's
it's
why they
kind of like
don't.
the breaking the fourth wall, as you said. It's a show. It's kind of
Yeah,
crazy that it reached that point. I guess they were merging our world and theirs. Do you think, like, giving the audience a message, like, the show's great. Don't be obsessed with it. Go out, make connections in real life, type of thing. Maybe like
was
grow
that
up a little bit. Telling the audience
was
to grow and enjoy
was
life.
that like Hideki Anno's way of saying like, this is a movie? It's not real life. It's a
No, it's
movie.
because
We're in a movie set.
remember in Death in Rebirth, he showed all those notes, like in
Mhm.
the real person scenes, and he was like showing
Yeah,
the audience in the film. Those were death threats over the ending for the original show. Like
really.
yeah, like people became absolutely obsessed. Obviously, the man made a shit ton of money, but the dude is notable for being vocal about having issues with depression for a long time in those times.
I
And keep in
mean,
mind that, like, if you've like read about Ano, like, the hardships he's been through to get to the point where he's even able, like, I believe Evangelion was a gamble for him, right? He's just, let's make a show and we'll do it. This is like the last try, because he was not being extremely successful like all the time, like struggling a little bit, trying to get to that
right,
point of being able to do the stuff you want to do.
right. I, what I think is funny is that how everyone's always like trying to figure out what Anno's trying to do, like with like the original series is
Like
like,
George R. Martin.
yeah, exactly. And I just love like Anno's responses, like the reason why we did this is because we're broke, and that's the only thing we could do. We have no, like, everyone was trying to like overanalyze like Evangelion, and I understand why, because just look at the fourth movie. There's so much to analyze about the fourth movie. I just, like, for me watching the fourth movie, I was just like, I just want like the third movie most of all. I just didn't understand at all.
Yeah, that one was a little bit weird for me. I watched it a couple of times, but I don't remember it as much as the first two or even the
Well,
fourth
the
one.
first two was just basically
Recap.
the start. Yeah, the
Dude, but
recap
it
of
had
the
that epic
series.
scene where Shinji's that big giant orb freeing Ray. Oh, that was amazing.
Wait, what part?
Remember when he grabs the orb and he gets like that glowing golden hand?
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
When
yeah.
he was doing the pool.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I guess that was like near the end of the third movie, right? With the third impact.
Second movie.
The second movie.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Oh Lord, I swear we could
There's a
talk
lot.
about
There's a lot, dude.
Evangelion.
It just goes around
Yeah,
and around and around. You can never stop. There's always more to talk
yeah,
about.
yeah. There's no stopping Evangelion. Like we could.
We didn't
I don't
even
know.
talk about how, the Dead Sea Scrolls, they showed that the Golgotha object. I don't totally understand. Apparently it was an object left over by angels.
It's like
Like the last
there's
point before the reaching them.
yeah, like what I understand regarding the Dead Sea Scrolls and the spears of Longinus or whatever is that each Evangelion is sent to a different part of the planet with one of these, and for some reason Lilith and Adam were sent to the same planet Earth for some reason. And keep in mind, this is supposed to be out throughout the whole universe. So and there's like only eight of these original seeds that were sent out to the universe.
I don't think that's right. I know it's definitely like a manual on how to do the human instrumentality project.
No. I'm talking about like the start of like just the start of like the cause of the angels or whatever is that Adam and Lilith were sent to Earth through like out of I don't know why they were sent to Earth.
Like, I think in the video games they go more into that, but those are in English.
I couldn't tell you anything about the video games, but
yeah.
And basically, Lilith is the seed of life, and she's what humans are made of. Humans are Lilith, because they are the seed. Oh, not life, seed of knowledge. I mean, and then Adam is the seed of creation. And then if anyone ever got a hold of either of these put together, they basically become godlike, and that's what Gendo is trying to do.
Well, Gendo is trying to fuse everybody into big soup so that he could be with Yui again. Yeah, he's going against Seilei. He straight up stole what they were doing and went his own way. There's a whole lot of games played with Yui trying to stop Seilei, and then Gendo trying to do his own thing unbeknownst to Seilei in order to get back with Yui.
And Seilei is the secret organization trying to start everything on the Dead Sea Scrolls, right? They're trying to start the third and fourth impact or something like that.
Yeah, the Human Instrumentality Project. There's a lot of 3D chess played between Gendo, Fuyutsuki, Yui, and all of them. You had to listen to the scenes where they have conversations.
Right, you have to This is what I get. This is why I don't get about Evangelion is that you do need a lot of background.
You just need to invest way too much time and spend time talking with people on forums.
We don't gotta. I don't. I'm sure you do. I don't have enough time to.
Oh, that time's gone, dude. Trust me.
Yeah. I don't have enough investment in. Oh, the one thing I want to take away from this is that I want to get myself one of those Rei figures, the one where she's in the harvesting outfit.
Oh, dude, yeah. I mean, I already bought myself the giant Eva 13 Ichiban Sho figure, and I'm gonna get those Jin's Evangelion glasses. I wanted to get the Evangelion beard shaver. But it was $30. It was too expensive for a piece of plastic. I mean, I was going to use it forever and ever, but still.
At this point, they could slap Evangelion on anything and it would sell.
Well, they have done that. Sleeping bags, clothing, you name it, dude. Coffee.
Oh, wait,
it works on me, for sure.
There's an Evangelion Oda hole. A legit,
authorized?
What?
Where's my wallet?
There's an official Evangelion Ono hole.
I mean, hey, why not?
If it sells, right?
Yeah.
But I really do want to get myself one of those.
You gotta get yourself a piece of merch for the last movie. You owe it to them.
Yeah,
you owe it to line Hideki Anno's pockets.
Do you remember when we went to the convention together and I got myself the really nice Lemon Ray?
Yeah, figure? Didn't you get the Asuka one too? The pair?
I don't think they were selling it. They were just selling the Lemon Ray, so I got the Lemon Ray, which is really nice. And I would like to pair it with the nice harvesting rice harvest Ray.
I'm going to get the pair of Asuka and Mari in the white plug suit. They're coming out with, I think, Kotsubukyo and Ben Presto ones. The only problem is that the figures for Mari, the face looks jacked up. They can't do glasses right. The glasses are impossible for them to get right, so...
for everything for them not to get right, it's glasses. Really?
Yeah, it just doesn't sit right on the figure, to my taste at least. Maybe in person it's different, but yeah, I already got a Mary in her school uniform outfit from 10 years ago.
Dude, I really like Asuka's outfit from movie 3.
Eye patch with the jacket.
The one where it's duct taped together.
Oh yeah, that one. Mine is the baseball hat or whatever type of hat that is with the track jersey. Best.
The one where they're in the slice of life area.
No, she's in movie 3. She's wearing the eye patch. She has her jacket on and that little weird hat.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think in movie 4 she had the green jacket half the time. Bro, have you
underwear
noticed,
most of the time?
Hideaki Anno state of
fan service
censorship got lower and lower every movie.
Remember when Shinji was I undid the curse. By the way, I kept your clothes the same size so you look like you're transforming into the whole... You're bulging at the seams, dude. I was okay, thank you for the Sabi suit.
Dude, they had a whole 2-minute scene of just Asuka sleeping and turning back and forth. And I was like, what?
What about that whole high FPS choking scene with Shinji?
Oh my god, the part where she's like stuffing shit like food into Shinji's mouth. It went from 24 frames to 120 frames.
I was like,
we're trying to.
I was like, man, this force feed stuff is something I bet guys would pay for to have a ton of them.
People pay extra for this, you know that, right?
Oh yeah, they did. It was probably the Gillette razor money.
What out of all those scenes? What did they do? What did they up the quality of that scene so much?
Why Hideki Anno? Why? Bad service.
Japanese people, why? Why Japanese people? Why? I don't understand. Like, did you notice in movie 1 and movie 2, they were doing a lot of those object censorship type things?
Oh, it can like tasteful censorship, like you know
Where
when a
it's, like,
guy is steady naked
hidden behind beer cans and stuff
yeah,
like
and
that.
his dick is behind an apple in the distance.
And then in like 3, they're like, whatever, we'll just show boobs. I think the Japanese people are refined enough to where we can show boobs. I think we could do
Hideki
that.
Anno was like, look, they deserve it. I'm gonna give it to them.
I will. It's time for the boobs, and then in 4
He puts his hands together, and the Gendo glasses are shimmering. He's scheming.
In movie 4, they're like, let's just do a whole 2-minute cut of Asuka sleeping. I think the people deserve that. I think I can do that. I'm the director after all, right?
I mean, we got a lot of Shinji just being a sack of potatoes too, so let's give it a take.
It's like, dude, like we're at the point where it's like, hey, if I can show someone's head exploding, I think I merit myself a 2-minute scene of Asuka sleeping. Right? It's
like you gotta treat yourself. He got his Manny Penny and he got his 2-minute Asuka scene.
Dude, like we got a scene of everyone's head exploding except for Shinji. I was like, where's the part where Shinji's head exploded? Because we got Karu, we got Rei.
Shinji's head got exploded metaphorically, then he stopped the cycle. That's what happened. Somebody blew his mind. Oh shit.
Internally his mind was blown so many times.
Like, yeah, that's when he became adult Shinji in his mind. And then he blew Gendo's head. It's like, oh shit, Yui's inside of you all this time.
Wait, so why did Rei's head explode? I never understood that.
It wasn't her head, it was her whole body. She was a failed unit. She's a failed clone, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Remember they were talking about
the collar
in the
went
movie.
off though, right?
No. She just popped because she was defective. They were tracking them on the machines with Ryutsuki and Gendo in the room, and they saw the light go off. There's like a whole bunch of rays sitting in a vat.
Right. They're basically okay. So she just LCL'd then.
Yeah.
Her body just LCL'd. Gotcha.
They couldn't stop the corization.
I guess that makes I guess Gendo just didn't want Rei to be in like the hands of.
It's not No, it's not that. It's just that she was defective, so she exploded.
Why was she this defective? Did they ever explain why?
No, she
that
just
model
wasn't a good enough. That specific one that Shinji was with wasn't good enough to last a long time. Plus, remember her suit ran out of power, and they never freaking powered her suit because she was left to her own devices. Maybe if they kept on powering her suit.
She didn't need the suit, did she?
Oh yeah, you're right.
There were scenes where she she took off the suit to go bathing.
Never mind.
I know. I thank you for the awesome Rei bathing scene.
Oh yes.
You know, you can't go wrong with that. Like
Amen.
He knows what the people want.
Deshita.
Yeah, they what was it like with the part with just Rei just doing just normal stuff. I was like, this is the life. This like, you know what my mom always told me?
What?
Is that eventually everyone's favorite color will turn to black.
Why?
I don't know, and I feel like that's true for me. My favorite color I don't like, you know, black is just every color, right? Every color put together. And I remember like my favorite color used to be red, and now it's black. I just like black on everything.
It's hard to go wrong with that.
It's hard to go wrong.
It's in your wardrobe.
And I feel like that's that's somewhat true with like anime. It's like eventually everyone's favorite type of anime is gonna be slice of life. The convergence of slice of life anime.
Most of my clothes are blue for my part, but yeah, I know what you mean because I'm definitely turning into a slice of life.
Yeah. All right, I guess we're hitting that time mark. Anything final you want to say about the anime?
What was your final feeling at the end screen?
It felt good. I cried. I cried at the end because I knew
for
it
sure.
was over.
You had to.
But rating wise, I give a 7. Feeling wise, I give a 10.
It's unrateable for me. I mean, if I had to, 10. Like, I felt extremely complete after that. The chapter of life is over.
I kind of echo what you said. It's hard to rate, but I like.
You have to, right?
I have to give it a rating. Like,
it's a 10 for me. Overall, 10.
I give it a 7. I just give it a 7 because
that's fair.
It's hard for people to come into Evangelion not having background information.
Well, it's the 4th one. You need to watch the first whatevers, and even then you had to go even more into the show.
Yeah, you have to go really in depth. That's why I'm giving it a 7, just because it's good, but it's very hard to recommend to people as a, because if someone told me like, hey, yeah, like, well, the thing is like, hey, Evangelion is good. I heard Evangelion is good. Should I watch the movie? Like, yeah, but remember, you got to watch all 4.
But that's how a lot of shows are, like Game of Thrones. If you read the books, you'll get a lot more.
You know what isn't like that show?
What?
Rurouni Kenshin.
Why?
Because we watched it out of order. That's right. I'm bringing. That's right. This whole Evangelion thing is just to get you to admit that you were wrong about Rurouni Kenshin.
Oh no, the time cycle. Help us, Shinji.
All right, I guess that's enough for us. We'll catch you guys later. Bye.